Hi, it's Kathy. You might hear some clunking in the background. That would be my kid playing Nerf guns and getting them out and stuff like that. So I would like to talk about this tool of Access Consciousness that's just so useful for almost any situation. Anywhere you're limiting yourself, which is where I talked about it this morning with a group. Any points of view, attitudes, ideas, opinions, judgments, considerations, criticisms you have or anyone else has can be taken care of with this tool. It's the tool of everything is just an interesting point of view. You don't have to make it someone's opinion, even your own, right, good, perfect, and correct, or wrong, bad, and awful. It's just all an interesting point of view taken at a moment in time. So here's how the tool works. Actually, before I go there, I'm going to tell a little story. So let's say you're rowing your boat gently down the stream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And merrily, 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 merrily. So you're happy, right? You know life is just a dream. Although when you take your boat to one shore, one bank, you collect some rocks. That would be adding rocks to your boat. Let's say one shore is the align and agree, yes. You know, your friend says, oh, it's hard to make money. You say, yes. Okay, so there you've just collected rocks in your boat and now you're rowing down the stream, only it's harder to row your boat with rocks in it. So then you go over to the other bank and maybe your friend says the very same thing. It's hard to make money. And you're like, no, she's wrong. It's easy. You know, again, you're not seeing it as just an interesting point of view. You're pushing against it, which actually gives it energy. So there you've just collected more rocks in your boat. And now your boat is harder to row down the stream. So this is the way the tool works. For every thought, idea, emotion, consideration, and attitude you have, you just tell yourself, oh, interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. And any attitude, thought, belief, judgment someone has about you or about the world. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Interesting point of view. Interesting point of view. And so I used it today when people were talking about what's stopping them from getting their desires. And then you look at what's stopping you and you just say, interesting point of view, time is stopping me. Or interesting point of view, money is stopping me. Interesting point of view, the lack of knowledge is stopping me. Whatever it is. And interesting point of view to death, okay? Because your point of view creates. And when you change your point of view, you can create differently. And different. So have fun with interesting point of view. It's definitely one of my favorites. It takes the charge off of any judgment. It takes the charge off of anyone thinking they have power over you. One caveat. Don't tell people, well, interesting point of view. That's just kind of being a little jerky. Instead, just say it in your own head. All right? It's not a judgment. The interesting point of view is not a judgment about someone else. Okay? And if you say it aloud to them, it can sound like it is. So have fun with it, and let me know how it works for you. Aloha.